Good morning from Cooking with Gerry. It's breakfast time and I want to show you how I prepare oatmeal porridge. Something I used to eat almost every morning, but now it's rare. I usually go for the vegetables. But I think it's important to show you this method because many people believe that oatmeal is a healthy breakfast, and it's not quite what we think. It's the oats, especially if you use the minute oats, quick oats, microwave oats, instant oats, which have been milled and chopped up a lot, and a lot of its powder, if it's in that powdered, chopped up form, very quick for the body to convert it into sugar, which will quickly afterwards raise your blood sugar level, which causes problems. Here I have the entire oat flake. It's a bit better because it's in its complete form, and because of that it's a slower process inside your body to turn into sugar, which means your blood sugar level will not spike so high and so quickly. So that is a little bit better than those instant oats, but still a lot of sugar. So this method I've developed balances out that sugar level with other fats and proteins. So the blood sugar will stay mostly level. So what I have here is a little bit of water. It's been on the fire for a few minutes and it's just about to boil. If you have more people to prepare for, you'll have more water and it'll take longer. How much water depends on how you prefer your oats. Do you prefer it creamier or do you want it to be thicker? I prefer it to be a little bit thicker, so I don't have very much water. First thing I'm going to do is add almost a tablespoon of butter. It's salted butter, and I was lucky to find a store that has their own farm, and I know these cows are able to live as cows are supposed to, as nature intended. They get to roam around the grazing fields and eat grass, compared to what I call factory farm. And I'm going to put a little bit of pink salt, that much, and it's going to continue to heat. Stir it around a little bit, get that butter melted. And then I'm going to put these oat flakes. Usually about 7 of these handfuls is enough for me for my breakfast. If you make a big batch and you have leftovers, you can use it as a snack, or you can use it in a cookie batter or cake batter or pancake batter. I lost count because I was talking. I know how there's enough when I stir it. It's still very liquidy, but those oat flakes are going to absorb most of the water. I think I need one more handful. So that's going to come to a boil. I buy these oat flakes in bulk, which is what you can do as well. Many grocery stores won't have the oat flakes in their entire form, but the bulk food stores will. As it comes to a boil, some useful information that I'm repeating from previous videos. Instead of using oat flakes, you can also prepare the porridge with a healthier alternative. For example, quinoa, amaranth, those are both seeds. You might want to soak them the night before. For sure you want to wash them and rinse them. But if you soak them the night before, you will reduce the cooking time from about 25 or 30 minutes to about 15 minutes. It's a healthier option because it's a seed compared to a grain. Millet is also a healthier alternative to oats. And there's others, buckwheat, which sounds like wheat, but I believe it's closer to the rhubarb family. It's just going to take a bit longer. If you're one of the many people who have a time commitment in the morning because you have to get yourself ready and maybe your family ready, they have to go to school or work, you have to go to work or school. So maybe on a regular weekday this kind of time isn't available. If you soak the oats the night before, it'll be a lot quicker to prepare. Okay, it's at a boil now. I'm going to add, here I have some dried fruit and nuts. I have 2 dates. I normally only put 1, but they're small. 1 dried fig. A small handful of a mixture I have in a bag of cranberries and yellow raisins and purple raisins. I also have 2 Brazil nuts, about 10 almonds, a handful of pumpkin seeds, a handful of sesame seeds. I also usually like to add hazelnuts, but the store didn't have hazelnuts the last 2 times I was there. So this is almost done. I don't want to cook for too long. Put that there, and I'm going to add, this is all natural peanut butter, pretty decent sized tablespoon, and I need to kind of stir that peanut butter around. The heat will help it melt a little bit to make it easier to divide it among the entire dish. Otherwise it's just going to stay that one clump. Almost done. Peanut butter won't break up. It's kind of chilly this morning, so it's sticking together really well, but the heat eventually will make it melt a little bit and it'll get divided up. Now you saw me put the nuts in, they're whole. I didn't chop them up. I don't normally do. But if you have 3 or 4 people you're preparing for, I think there's 2 options. Number 1, you want to chop it up so that it's evenly distributed, because it's possible that one plate will have more than another plate. Just the way that things go. So that's one option, to chop it up, or you can leave it out of the pot. Leave it out of the pot, and then when you stir it into, that's done. When you put it into the separate bowls for when you're going to serve it, that's when you can put the precise amount of nuts and dried fruit. The good thing about putting them in here, though, is that the cooking process, it was less than a minute, maybe a minute. It will prepare the dried fruit and nut to be better absorbed by your body as it gets digested. At least that's what I've read. I am no way near an expert. I have never studied this formally. I have just picked up some information along the way by my own personal experience or by reading lots of books. So I'm not an expert. So I am probably making some mistakes. So the heat's turned off, and I'm going to add a farm fresh egg that I got from the neighbor. The eggs were laid about 2 days ago, so I know they're fresh. Here it is. Now, a good idea, just in case something's wrong with the egg, is to crack it into something else, and then once you see that it's okay, then you add it to the dish. Worst thing would be, I have this prepared, I crack the egg open and something's wrong with the egg. Then it's in my mixture. So, I'm going to crack it open. And it's a good egg. It's rare that I find a rotten egg like that. But it can happen. So you see that's in the pot with the oatmeal porridge. And the heat that's in there, it's going to slightly cook that egg. I wouldn't do this with an egg from a chicken that lives in a farm factory, because there could be something wrong with that egg, because those chickens, sometimes they have diseases. A farm chicken gets to live like a chicken, and they're usually much healthier than the farm factory chicken. So that's my breakfast. It smells great. I can really smell that peanut butter. I'm going to add a little bit of extra virgin avocado oil, about a tablespoon. Increase the fat content, and lots of good omega fat in these extra virgin oils. And that's my breakfast. Now I'll let it sit for about 15 minutes because it's too hot to eat now. And in that 15 minutes, the oats and the dried fruit and nuts will continue to absorb the liquid. If you don't have that kind of time to wait, once you serve it into the dishes, it will cool a lot quicker. You'll notice I didn't add sugar. I try not to eat sugar, but a lot of people will still need their oatmeal porridge to be sweet, in which case you can have two different versions. You can scoop out the version, half of it, or whatever the percentage is in your family that like unsweetened versus sweetened. Have two different. One is going to have no sugar, and then the other one is going to have sugar. So that's an option as well. I'm going to show you, come closer to the screen, what it looks like. I'm not sure how well you can see it, but there it is. This is a much healthier version of oatmeal porridge than just having the oats itself, and especially those instant oats. So, I'm glad we finally got to do this video, because I know a lot of people have oatmeal porridge for breakfast thinking it's a healthy alternative. This is much healthier. Try it. I think you'll like it. So yeah, if you watched yesterday's video, I'm pointing to my plants that I introduced yesterday. They had their first night in their new home, and they're doing fine. No evidence of insects coming to eat the leaves, and they're still upright. One of them was leaning over a little bit, but that's normal for that kind of plant. They're going to crawl along the ground. They need lots of space, and I think as they grow, they create more roots that will plant themselves into the ground. So everything's fine. Good news. Today For the next meal, we're going to be preparing a bean stew. I have everything here soaking overnight in water. Here's flax seed, here's chia and sesame seed, and here's a combination of lentils, split pea. The hummingbird's back for his breakfast. I don't know if you can hear his little chirping. And peanuts, soaking in water overnight. That'll be our lunch, and we're going to add some vegetables. I have purple cabbage, green cabbage, and I'm going to add also a beetroot. Gives it a nice red color. I also usually add celery, but no celery now in my bag of veggies. So if you're interested in learning that kind of way to make a bean stew, come on back and join us for the next video. Have a great day. I think for me it'll be a great day. A beautiful blue sky. I've got hummingbirds chirping, and looking forward to what's going to happen.